Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Arizona Cardinals and the Jacksonville Jaguars. With that, let's get on up to Jacksonville. Standing by for the call, it's our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, the streak continues, doesn't it? They come in a perfect 10-0.
And it's not just that they're winning, it's how they're winning. All phases of the game coming together for this team.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led onto the field by the former third-round pick back in 2012, and that's the quarterback Nick Foles.
Quit talking about it and bring it. 12.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. On second down, here's Fournette.
Doesn't it open up the playbook? Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. Now Leonard Fournette. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Here's Foles. And that is incomplete. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win. So I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now Murray throwing on second down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll run on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9. On second down, here's Murray. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking out the number 1 overall offense in the league.
They'll go with Snell here on first down. Despite him not running the ball well, they told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people.
From the gun on third down, Murray. Over the middle, complete. It's Morton.
From past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this has started. It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. From the 16, Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 16-yard touchdown. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. On first down, Snell. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple.
But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Ricky Seals-Jones with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Nick Foles and the Jags. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did on this drive. After having thrown that interception, they're going to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
A quick throw finding Lee out wide. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Foles connects here with the tight end, Blake Jarwin. Foles now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. This is Fournette.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half.
Completes it to Lee. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it?
Safeties were well back there, and he had a lot of room. Were they in the cover too?
Yeah, they were, and the safeties were back. You know, usually they're 12 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, somewhere around the hash mark for each of them.
On second down, Snell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Throwing on first down is Murray. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34. Snell on the shotgun handoff. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Second down, Murray sets to throw. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. And the Jags grab it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play. Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
He's going to go for a big play downfield, and that's going to be incomplete. The Jaguars on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Foles, this to Jarwin. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And there's a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48. Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. Got an open man, the tight end Jarwin. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short.
One, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down. It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
They'll run on first down. Snell. I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On second down now, Snell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. Nothing doing. On second down, Snell, and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones.
A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
Here's Snell. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through. You get him a rep, get him more coming. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And all the way down to the 26. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. This will be caught inside the 10. Throwing again, Murray. He's got it. Seals Jones, touchdown Cardinals. Rookie Seals Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 31.
They'll throw now on the final play. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one unless there's another defensive penalty.
And Lutz's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll begin out west at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Josh Dotson, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. From there, we'll head to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Andy Dalton has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they trail in their ball game at halftime to the visiting Carolina Panthers. The Panthers have been terrific thus far. They could get to 8-2 with a victory.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working.
On second down, it's Snell.
Into the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll go with Snell here on first down. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this. Here's Snell. From the gun on third down, Murray. And he finds Seals Jones complete. Remember the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense. It has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Snell on the shotgun handoff.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now a man open down the middle of the field.
Goal for any offense versus a zone defense. Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Draw play, and it's Snell. And he'll get this one back to the 5 yards. Once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Murray now, 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. They just yielded a touchdown on the other end. Now they'll be trying to answer the bell and get a score of their own.
It's their opportunity to match. Can they do exactly what they just saw happen to them? Go down the field and score a touchdown. And to me, the best way to do it, look at your play sheet, coordinator, and call plays for guys that make the best plays for you.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. Throwing again on 2nd down. Foles. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down.
Let him know, let him know. Yes, we go.
Now Foles. Into heavy traffic and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Come on out here, come get some.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. From 3 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere, and so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Foles gonna look deep for Wilson, and that'll be incomplete. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Benefits from all those empty seats? You and me trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
That is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
A run for Snell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now Snell. And he's able to take it across midfield. On 2nd down now. Bomb. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. You stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
They'll run with Snell. They'll get this down inside the 10. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. To the goal line but it's incomplete.
You better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Murray sets to throw on fourth. He's got it. Seals Jones, touchdown Cardinals. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline. You said not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Looking to throw again on second down. Foles. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The offense on third down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. Now Leonard Fournette. And that one going nowhere from the start. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Throwing now is Murray. He's going to run. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. Murray again, 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting like
He's got it. Seals Jones, touchdown Cardinals. And too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg.
A pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Foles. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Here's Foles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 46.
The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona.
Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload, but you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. And he'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He'll look to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
That is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
Share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but
looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Murray, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And he'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Check nickel.
Throwing again, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Being chased out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Pass rushers in sprinter stances, they know they've got a chance to get after him on this play. And somehow he finds a way past them, gets away, and takes off and picks up a first down.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Throwing again on second down, Murray. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
It's the lack of...
Oh, this is blocked. And the Jags get it. And he's into the clear. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points.
I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Foles. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On the draw, this is Fournette. Fights free yet again. And he'll get it across midfield. 2nd and 5 now. Foles. This to Jarwin. And he's got this down to the 35.
Offense.
The guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Foles. It's caught inside the 25. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brand. I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. Why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. And that is incomplete. That has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Murray. He may try and run for this. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Murray sets to throw on 4th. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Play fake. Murray. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
It's the situations players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
To throw, it's Murray. Buying time to his left. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Murray. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Arizona, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.